Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Guitar Safari. It's Friday night. I'm Charles. That's Seth.
Right.
Seth, how are you doing?
It's Friday night. I'm doing okay. Hey, it's summertime now.
Yeah, you got freedom for a week or so.
Yeah, a little bit of freedom. But summertime, the weather gets nice. It's a little bit more relaxing to hang out. You got less of a rush to get around and do stuff.
Here you go.
What about you? How are you doing? You're, working.
I'm doing all right. I took today off, and which kind of threw me off for a lot of other things. Like, for example, instead of setting up the show for 7, I set it up for 8.
Oh no!
And a
Well,
buddy
people
said,
will get the They'll
why
get
is
a
it later?
notification. It's fine. They'll get a notification. They'll come to the show. They'll hang out, and we're pretty regular. They probably be like, "No, they just screwed it up." They
But
know that we make mistakes. You know what I
I
mean?
tell you though, my son finished building his new gaming computer, which means I have his old gaming computer and have got it
Nice.
all set up here, and it is head and shoulders above the unit I was using before.
Okay.
Of course,
All right.
you get all the changeover stuff, and it was a little bit of an ordeal setting up the StreamYard today.
Well, I can imagine that it's always stressful, especially putting any kind of new electronics in right before you want to do anything. Working under the gun, right? Working under the gun is kind of no one likes to work under the gun.
No one does. No one does. Well, let's see which fine people showed up and spent some time with us.
Yeah, thank you for coming through. Fine people who spend time with us.
We've got Cushman NYC saying, "What's up, Charles?"
What up,
and we got brother Randy Crooks, who has already started his musical journey tonight.
Nice.
I believe it was Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I believe
ELP
one on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And
watch the Yacht Rock documentary, Charles.
Oh, did you?
I did. It was great. It kind of explained the genre of yacht rock, and then it explained how they're all interconnected. You belong to me. And Michael McDonald is like the center of all yacht rock, apparently.
Oh my.
Sorry, I could do that all night. But I digress. Who else came through?
Well, Randy's giving us a little more information. He says, I will let you know about what I take to Missouri tomorrow. An acoustic guitar, a couple of picks, my Spark Go, should need to work on it.
That's all. So he's got a good to go. Where's he going to? Missouri?
Missouri.
Going to Missouri. Sorry, I had to. So he's ready to go with his go bag. It's literally called the Spark Go.
There you go.
Right.
So you got to go.
You're ready to go, and it's so capable. You put that thing in, you can freaking sound like Van Halen in 2 minutes, right? Or you can do clean tones. You can do whatever. And did he say he was taking an acoustic? I'm sorry, very short.
Yes, he said he's taking an acoustic and some picks and a Spark Go, and so
then you can make the other friends happy that don't want to listen to you go twiddly dee twiddly. You know what I mean? Making all these noises. You got some friends that'll like that, but most friends just want to hear Wonderwall. That's all they want to hear.
And we got Greasy Monkey Guitars.
What up, GMG?
And the hizzy. Saying hello to both you and I.
I don't think that his guitars are not greasy. All right. And he's probably keeping them way nicer than the name might imply. It's probably actually meticulous guitar garage, but greasy kind of fits the Grease Monkey thing a little bit better. I'm going with that too.
There you go. Sounds good. And we got brother Earl Coli. He says, "Howdy, friends.
What up
tonight?"
Okay.
Well, his travel guitar is an Enya Go composite LP electric style electric with built-in speaker and effects with USB out for direct recording. Cheers.
Yep. When you're getting ready to go, you just put it in your car.
In your car.
Right. And then you take it out and you put it in your tent. That's why they call it an Enya. You take it and then you put it in your hotel room. Sorry. I like those guitars. I set a few of them up. I had one that came in with this customer. It was a low end Enya. And like one of the end frets was just like a 16th of an inch taller than everything else, right? So anything you played, it just choked. And they I didn't want to spend any money to fix it. And I was like, well, then you can't fix. I mean, you can go. I told them what they can do on their own. And I was like, but the likelihood of, things may be getting worse or whatever. But it was just the fret was so high. And I think I even tried to tap it a little bit because it just wasn't seated and it was up and it was just real bad.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh, cheap guitar. But the other ones are good. The levels, right? Because they're buying them mass produced and
right.
them and selling them. So the levels get to a good level. Yep.
Okay. Well, what was the fella end up being happy in the end or not?
The customer, no. That person was never happy because they didn't want to spend any money. But so I gave them pointers and told them what they could do on their own at home because they didn't want to. So what I told them to do was to get a fret rocker, which they didn't have. So I said, get, a small piece of credit card that only fits the 3 frets up top and rock it. See, and I said, see how mad it's rocking back and forth? Like it was terrible. And I said, tape off, around it and go and do some sandpaper and then take that off and check it and keep going. And as soon as that rock, don't wait till it's completely gone. When it's almost gone, stop and then polish the fret and then restring it. So that's what I told them to do. And I think that they could have had success with that, but I do not know because you really have to be patient. You have to be willing to tape and untape the area 5 to 10 times depending on how long it takes. Especially that thing was so high.
And we got Steve Reeser here with us and say hello to her.
What up, Steve?
I gotta say, Steve sent me some tuning keys to put on the Randy Crooks build. Right?
That's nice of you, Steve.
I want to donate. I want to help out with this thing. And then so I opened it. I get this box and it's huge, and I'm like, tuners are only this big. Why is there?
What's in here? A hand, a dead hand, right?
You're a little worried. Opens it up, and okay, the tuners are there. Get them. I'm not okay. There's a bag of chips, like the all flavors, or I forget what it's called, but it's like chips with all the flavors on them, right?
Okay.
And 2 cans of Manwich.
Oh, that's fantastic. They sent you a meal.
And there's a note inside that says, a fella can't work on guitars hungry.
So that's funny.
I died laughing. I absolutely died laughing.
Oh man.
Great.
That's fantastic.
Thank you, Steve.
I love the camaraderie. Dude, this little Squire Strat is a kick in the pants. So apparently I got a follow-up from Brian that said there are Tees guitars pickups in there. And I guess that's a little bit of an upgrade from the Squires because they certainly have a thing where you can tell that they're not high-end pickups, but they have a Strat sound.
Right.
They sound Stratty. Like for what they're trying to do, they sound but if you put like a different really good set of pickups, it'll change your whole life. It changed the game. Right. These are not, but they're really good for what they are. I'll give Tees the thumbs up for what they're doing because I think these are coming on their entry level cheapest thing they do. Which Mitch Moth, if the cheapest thing that any company does typically is so bad, right? Or just so they don't even care about it. But at least Tees is like, all right, we're gonna get them to sound like a Strat. They do sound Stratty.
Good to know. Enough.
Not a lot of output though. Like
we got Hit Metal Works here with us saying cheers.
Yep. What up, Hip? Don't trip. Don't even slip.
Let's see. We've got Vox Guitar Rock saying happy Friday.
Fried? Yeah, fried day. I've been fried. It was been the last week of school, right? And then we had graduation yesterday.
And Friday the 13th.
So, Friday the 13th. No wonder it was such a weird day. But we had graduation yesterday, and then we had a makeup day because earlier in the year there was a bomb threat, and they shut us down, so we had to make up the day. And so none of the kids came. Like some of my kids came, but it was a weird day.
Yeah, most of the kids said forget this route.
Yep.
All right.
We were end up standing outside. We were making bubbles with the big bubble maker, and one of the administrators walked by and was like, "What are you guys doing?" I was like, "Oh, this is a final."
I love it.
I was like, "This is a final, dude. Don't worry about it."
I love it.
Yeah,
We got buddy Dan Gorman with us saying, "Hey,
what
everybody."
Up, Dan? Gorman, Maine. Gorman, Maine's a good spot. You want to go there? Go into the rapids, the Gorman Rips. Jump right into and take it down past the under the bridge. Yeah.
Excellent. We got Time Surfing Alien saying, Charles, Seth, how's it going?
Best avatar in all of the land.
I love it.
Come forth and show thine avatar to the community.
And Michael Krause is with us as well, and he took the day off too.
Winning. Michael, what did you do with your day? Something cool? Yes,
and
you
Martian Murray says, howdy, y'alls.
What is happening, Martian Murray? Wait, hold on. All right, no. It's Ferd. Is Ferd Burfle's first name Fred?
No.
And he misspelled it?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
We got brother William Silva with us saying, sup, dudes, working and lurking.
What up, William?
And jerking. All right.
Dude, William, I love that, Mr. William De Silva, because lurking and working, I love that you said that. Because guess what? Of all these people in here, of all our friends in the community, because you all see me show up and say hi, and then you probably get all like, oh, he didn't say hi back. Because I'm lurking and working. I'm usually doing like, I have both my hands, and I might have the thing up here, and I try to say hi back. I usually do for the first, but once I'm working, I just have to say, all right, but I like that because I like to listen to people chat on the fun shows and do stuff.
There you go. And we got brother Ben Coombs with us saying, yo, gang, and the savior of our show tonight by reminding me I scheduled it an hour too late.
Thank you, Ben, for that. I don't know if he was on the gummies a little early. I don't know. Oh, I mean, me.
Hey, well, what do you want?
Yeah, I know. Oops. DOD is what.
We have Patrick Wrights with us saying, good day, eh? Well, good day.
DOD.
And Guitar Man 45 says, hey there, Charles. I'm at Eric Gale's show, so kind of won't be able to respond to everything. So far, the backups are amazing. A 16-year-old guitarist, totally amazing. Awesome.
Wow.
I hope you have a good time at the show.
Very cool. Yeah, Eric Gales, huh? Enjoy. Let us know if it brings you on stage.
Yeah. And Ben giving us a hard time about our roll call.
Roll call is, it is.
Listening in the wild. Hello, all. Well, hello, all, Michael B.
Listening in the wild. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Yeah, I get it. The wild.
Yep. We got Dastardly Dave saying hello.
Mm-hmm.
And some more information from Michael Krause. He says he's got 2 travel guitars because annoying Ben with bargains has become a hobby. A traveler acoustic and a Fermanagh Nomad. Love it.
Those E art guitars, the headless. That looks like a good option for a traveler.
Well, Michael B says his toolbox comes with him to gigs. It surprised bandmates so many times. When something broke. Yeah, there you go.
I think
you got it all.
I might have shown this before. But this is like if I'm gonna go somewhere and like I load this up with everything that's on the bench that I would need to do a remote setup or whatever. There's like a cheap soldering iron and all the the basic stuff that you would need to fix something is in here.
I figured at a minimum you need a tuner, right? And
but you got a cell phone.
Yeah, right, exactly. Which I keep mine on the cell phone, and then of course use my Music Nomad kit here. It's got everything to take apart just about everything you're going to need in here.
Right.
So, then strings in case you break some, cutter to cut your strings, and of course, a microfibrable towel so you can wipe all the gook off it after you're all done.
Yeah, I guess I would bring strings. I would bring a whole set of strings if I was. I mean, it would make sense, but I don't break strings, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I break a string if I realize that a guitar has a problem. And then you know what I mean? And then it's like bink, and you're like, oh, and then you investigate and hopefully you figure it out the first time. But usually by the second time, if it breaks another, you know where. If it's up at the when they break at the eye hole of the tuning key,
right?
Where when it's the straight hole that goes through and there's something sharp in there or whatever.
Yeah, you got some kind of burr there, or if you got a burr down on the saddles.
Yeah, I have this little thread. There's like a diamond coated thread that you just put through the hole and go back and forth, and it just gets rid of anything really quick and easy, and then boom. Yeah.
Well, Vox Guitar Rock says his grab and go is his Squire VM70 Strat and a Vox Pathfinder 10. I usually forget the instrument cable though.
That's funny.
That is true. Good.
Yeah, but so for a go kit, I would bring, if I was going somewhere, which I hope I do.
Hello there, Game Cave.
If I needed to, I would just take the neck off to collapse a Strat or a Telly. Boop, smaller if I needed to get it that small. But I would hopefully just be able to get a gig bag wherever I'm going. With, I don't have a battery powered Spark, which I kind of would like to have. One, my Spark is a Spark 40. You got to plug it in.
Yeah. Well, if you go back into the catalog of Martin and Lucas's Guitar Corner, they hooked up a Spark 40 to a portable battery and ran that.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, they just kind of attached it to the back of the Spark 40, and it powers the Spark 40. So.
Oh, all right. Well, and then I guess instead of buying, but I do need a secondary Spark. You know why I need another Spark? Actually, one of the reasons, Charles,
why
is because for travel too, but it's also because my 83-year-old mother-in-law who lives upstairs,
a lot, Chris,
was listening to music on her cell phone. Like the worst way to listen to like blues or jazz or actually any music is holding a cell phone right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's awful. And it's also embarrassing. And like, it's not enjoyable for anybody around you. I love jazz. I love other kinds of music, right? So I gave her my Bluetooth speaker down here. And I was like, don't ever just like, now when you play music, you can be like a normal person and it can sound nice. You're not just sitting there with a weird cell phone, or walking around is even worse. Walking around town. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Old people walking around town with their cell phone playing music. Oh my God. Talk about people that INS should be picking up. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Get them out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, anybody playing music on a cell phone in a CVS.
Keith H, I know you're here. You are here.
I didn't even go there.
And we're saved by the bell with Jimmy Butter saying, "What's
Jimmy
up?
B, what's up? I'm sorry, I'm me. I'm always gonna be me." And yes, I got a stash box that looks like a Fender amp, because you know what? I don't keep any drugs in there because they probably would check that first. That's exactly where they're going to go for the weed, is going to be in there. But I'm not putting it in there. Well, I guess now you guys know not to look in there. But whatever.
Monch is lurking and working. He's here too tonight.
I like that again. He's probably doing an inlay.
We're at 32, so we're doing pretty good.
32, not bad. I remember when I was 32, those were good times. Whew. I could jump. I could run up a hill. When I was 32, I could run up 2 hills.
So Vox Guitar Rock says he's a mechanic, by the way, so all his tools ride in the back of his truck. Don't leave home without them. There you go.
But
welcome in, Laz. Appreciate you. He says, dudes, what's up?
In my area, people's trucks with all their tools get jacked. So they have to either fortify their truck, or they have to park their truck in a, enclosed parking. Because if you're someone who makes your living with all your saws and all your things, and all those things you can easily have $30,000 or $20,000 worth of tools in your truck. For sure. And then boom, so many jacks. The number one thing they'll try to do is steal your whole truck. And then if they can't, they'll just steal everything they can out of it.
Well, Laz is he's lurking and driving because he's on his way to the Styx concert. So good.
Oh, nice, Laz. Where are they playing? They're playing around here. The Styx are playing probably at, it happens this time of year. A bunch of country the county fairs and festivals. So all these, it's like a county fair circuit, like better than Ezra played. I was like, oh, I should go see them. It was one night. There was kind of some rock, some heavy, or not super heavy, but kind of rock. Better than Ezra. It's kind of heavy.
Okay. Well, I want to say hello to Brian from Searching for Tone. Appreciate you.
What up? You see what I got up here, Brian? I was impressed. I was just talking about the T's pickups for being the entry-level pickups. Those things are stratty. I mean, but once, when you played some Fralin pickups or some hand wound really good, like I had those Deliverance hand wound pickups that were Fat Boys. Nothing like them, man. There's just, once you've had the real deal great pickups, these are great and they sound stratty, but you know that it's not your tone. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, those got to go. But
he said, I'm getting those tools. Good luck getting by as German Shepherds.
I love that. Yes, exactly. Yep. Good luck. So you're set. You're protected. And actually, well said. In my area, people won't mess with dogs. Like, thugs stay away from dogs. You know what I mean? They don't want to go in and deal with that. They'll just steal the next van. But yeah, I get you. And I just have been, I remember that's like something that calls to my heart. I very rarely am able to donate money or help out in any way. But when it comes to, giving people money. But when I hear about a local craftsman who was working hard all day on their way home and stopped to get their burrito and their back of their truck got jacked, I want to try to donate to that. I mean, it's like, oh my God.
Here you go.
Yeah, everybody needs a burrito.
That's someone's livelihood for sure.
Yeah.
So Steve Brand says, which traveling toolkit are we talking about? The tools that I need for my guitars or the mobile tech rig for everything else? Yeah, really. It's what are the things you bring in? And when you brought up the topic, I was just thinking of what are the things you need to keep that guitar playing, right? Hence hence my items. But I didn't
exactly my items too. I have all but I don't have the fancy little music nomad. I have like basically all of the other things that are just janked in there. But God help you getting through security with this. They're going to look in here and say, all right, we're going to be here for 4 hours. Everything in here is sharp. There's 4 things that plug in. Like there's everything that you have to explain what it does. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think Steve's got a good purpose here. But, in what other folks have brought up too is, they're talking about the amps they're bringing, and the one fella said, but I always forget my cord.
Exactly. Oh God.
Cable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what you're doing, right? What are the extra things that you need to take with you? Sure.
I mean, I like to tinker. And so over the course of, if I was on a 2-week vacation, I might put in the tinker kit and bring a guitar that I know I'm going to change the strings and set it up and take the 2 hours or whatever. But then if I ever get into something that I feel like I, should be back at home at the workshop with the tools, like with a drill press or other stuff that you might just need, I would wait. You know what I mean? I don't always feel like I have to do stuff on the road unless it's failing and you have to use it. But I'm not in that position.
So Keith has seen some concerts there.
Yeah. So yeah, it is like fair. It's the fair season. I was wondering where Laz was headed. He might be headed because Laz lives.
He did tell us. He did say something in here somewhere
about where it was.
Concord.
Oh, in Concord. Yeah, Concord Pavilion. Really cool place. Amazing acoustic sounds because it's like a big bowl. It's like an amphitheater, and the sound there is just phenomenal. Like every seat sounds good, and I think they make you sit down. Like it's not. There's no mosh pit zone at the amphitheater.
Steve Brand says, my tools for me is a small leather pouch. The rig for looking after everyone else is a full-size rolling toolbox.
Yeah, I get it. Like I usually and don't even bring. If I go to play at an open mic or whatever, I just bring my guitar and I don't have anything else other than just the guitar within my case and my I bring this.
Welcome, Herb of Fireside Studios.
This goes in my case.
Yeah, you kind of you bring that up a lot. So tell us a little bit about this again. This is the Sans amp, right? This is the.
It's just a direct to if you want to play and they have a PA. This goes direct to a board or direct to a powered speaker or direct to a computer or whatever. There is no headphone output of this, which is but you can get around that. I use it with my interface. That's got headphones, plug it into there.
All right, and what all you have on it?
Oh, it's got two kinds of amps. It's got a Fender style amp and then a Marshall Plexi style amp, and they can be stacked. So they're designed so when you have one, they work individually, and then when you have one and you put the other one on top of it, it does kind of a different thing. So it's kind of like 3 amps, and then there's a delay with a tap. So it's a tap delay and like 2 amps that do an extra thing. I don't really like the dirty that much on it. I usually use the clean. But
Steve Brand says the Fly Rig 2 is great. I wouldn't be without mine.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
and
exactly.
Michael was kind of giving you some props there. He says Sans amp kick butt. So.
This is the Fly Rig 5. And I got this freaking thing. Whew, this I got probably 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. A long time, because I mean it's been a long time. When I was making a lot of money as a sales guy, I would buy stuff. Oh, I think I need this. But you change your life, making less money.
And then you one of the things that was kind of brought up by folks were what amps they were taking and things like that, and we were started talking battery powered amps, right?
Yeah,
I've always wanted to try one of those crate taxis because they were like they have a battery on board. I was always curious about what they sounded like.
What about a Roland Cube?
Yeah, the Roland Street Cubes.
Totally. I've got one, but it took a shit. It just stopped being. It still like does. You can plug it in and you can hear your guitar through it, but it just stopped being awesome. Maybe I could clean the circuitry or something, but I'm not that guy.
Well, you start thinking other things. An extra guitar cable would be a good idea. Someone talked about Randy talked about bringing picks. I didn't even think about it. I just assumed you'd have those.
Yep. I always got some in my pocket usually. Let's see, what else would I bring with me?
And he says it's really cool. I've been wanting to get one of those little pig noses, the little skinny tall ones. And fabric wrapping one of those.
Oh, well, that'd be a great idea. Yeah. I would like to get something cheap and inexpensive amplifier that sounds decent and build a hand-built cabinet and build it into a cabinet and have it, hide away somewhere.
Well, Steve Brand's going to scoot out. He's got doggos to feed before Guitar Talk Universe, and Steve Brand and Quentin James will be following us up at 8 p.m. Central. So when you leave here, go there.
Yeah. Dude, I've been training my dog lately. Dude, my dog is smart. I'm sorry. He's probably smarter than me. But that guy is taking well to the training. And because he's like part cattle dog. And he actually gets stoked when you give him something to do. I was like, man, I wish I could train this little guy to set up a Telecaster. Because he'd be stoked. He'd be like, I got it. Like he just would do anything once you train him to do something that he likes to do, or jumping or doing whatever it is. Which is sitting, staying, coming on command, all that stuff. So it's going well. Shit, dude. That means I can go places with my guitars and stuff if I get that guy trained.
There you go.
Might as well not bring a guitar, be chasing him the whole time.
Well, Zach Thong is letting us know right now he's playing his new guitar. Well, new old guitar. So he's got another guitar in the stable. So
what do you got? ZT?
What'd you end up getting?
Yeah, you can't drop a bomb like that.
Yeah.
And roll out.
Drop that and walk away. And while we wait, Vox Guitar Rock says, my straight to the board headphone amp is his Behringer TM300. Sounds good. It's cheap enough that I don't care if it gets stolen.
Nice.
Here you go.
So Behringer headphone amp. That sounds like something that I should look at, because I like to give it to kids to practice and have something completely inexpensive that if they don't bring back, they're not brokenhearted.
Oh, yeah. I feel your time surfing alien. He said he was going to get the Spark too, but the fridge decided on a different path.
Oh, the fridge broke?
Yeah,
so he probably had to fix his fridge, or
either fix or replace, or
yeah, probably replace. Nowadays it's replace, right? It's not as much fix as it used to be.
I try to fix everything first, and usually try to fix it myself first too.
I mean, you're talking to a guy with a Geo Metro, man. What are you talking to? Actually, I got to go start that thing. It's the end of school. We probably should start it and drive it home. But
I tell you, my house is 25 years old. I still have my original HVAC unit and my original water heater.
Because if you maintain it, they'll go 40 years. Like the ones that they built 25 years ago, if you continue to maintain them, they'll do fine. You replace it with a brand new one and you're good. You're maybe for 10 years,
Yeah. Let's see.
I stopped even using our air conditioning in our little house because we really don't need it the way that we're built. It just is so inefficient.
Well, Michael Krause says he's got a Tech 21 Trademark 10, great little amp, and it was also free.
Tech 21, that's the... Sorry, it's the same guys.
That Epiphone Tube 10 with me, and he's all got a place to plug in. That's a good little amp to drag around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, not for you, dude. Take your Spark. You got a Spark. You're way more versatile with your Spark. You're doing a million things with your Spark.
That's true. The funny thing is sometimes I forget I have the Spark.
I know. I get it, because you got your PV that you probably played number one the most, right?
Yeah,
PV. So my number one the most is my Spark. Funny enough, because I only played my big amps when I'm down in the workshop. And usually I'm down here I'm working. I might be using the amp, which is set up through my tech bench, has a long cord that goes down through a tuner over to the amps. So when I'm working at the tech bench, I actually can plug easily into my big amp stacks.
Well, we got an update from Vox Guitar Rocks. He says the freezer died over the winter. And I went until I went and bought another one, and then the old one started working again. Weird.
Oh, of course.
The funny thing about those older fridges too is that I had a neighbor that moved in down the street, and they're like, fridge stopped working. He's like, I'm going to get rid of it. Here, I'll wheel it down here into my house. Wheel it down to my house, plugged it in the garage, and it was working again. Something about, you moving them, you jostle them and stuff starts working again.
It's just probably the electronic connections. It probably just need to get in there with some deoxit and spray off all those electrical connections. It'll be fine for 20 more years. I'm always amazed when I turn the key and the Geo goes, and then it goes, clang, 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 but it still runs. I'm like, holy, is this the last time?
Time surfing alien saying replace father-in-law as an appliance repairman. He said, don't bother repairing.
Don't bother repairing. Yeah. Well, a lot of the newer stuff. I mean, if you can still get parts for some of the old stuff. I had a washing machine washer and dryer that was at our old place that we sold when we built our house. It was so old, but it was so robust. It was never going to die, or it was going to eventually die, but it was just like it kept going and kept going. And it was like, man, I wish we could buy those brand new, which you can't now.
So looks like Lass says he's got a new gear day coming his way thanks to his buddy Hobarodi. I'll get to play around with it for a while, and it's a Sewell Blister Tone 100 head. Very nice.
Ooh, Blister Tone 100 head. And Hobo Roadie loves his amps and heads. Yep.
So, are you familiar with that amp, that Blister Tone 100?
No, I've never played a Blister Tone. Nope. But I know that if its name is Blister Tone and it's 100 watts, you know, you're gonna assume that, oh, okay, ear protection when I'm plugging it in to play on it, and probably gonna plug it into a 410 minimum, right? 100 watts.
Yeah.
Or 212 maybe. Probably a 410 cab.
Most likely, I think.
I mean, those things would run two of those, 2 410 caps probably from that amp. You could run like a big double stack.
Well, I want to welcome in Bonkers, and he's saying Happy Father's Day, my dudes. Well, yes, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Happy Father's Day. It would be funny if somebody took that was their go rig. Well, you know, I got 100 watt, I got 2 cabs, I bring 3 guitars with me, my bass rig, keyboards.
Martian Murray says he's got a Boss Katana Air. That would make a good travel amp.
Oh, totally. Katana Air is a good traveler. My Street Cube was a great traveler until it took a poop. Poor little amp. It used to be the amp that I would loan to everybody. That's probably part of the reason. I would be like, oh, you want, you know, here, borrow this, you know. And it went out 4 or 5 times to different friends and kids and whatever. But
and Herb Fireside Studio, he says that's a beautiful. But Herb just adopted a German Shepherd from a shelter.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Awesome. Yeah, Herb recently lost a friend that way, and says, you know what, we're going to go down and rescue one and give him a new life. Appreciate that. Glad you did that, Herb, and
they will totally Herb. So here's the thing: when you rescue, you bring them home. You set down the fact you are their alpha, their new alpha. Boom, done. You just, I mean, because they want to fall in. It's the people that bring home a dog.
I saw the picture on the pictures on Facebook, and beautiful dog.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you bring home a dog and you don't set that down, you're gonna have problems. But you know, I've seen enough of your stuff to know that you know. But by reading these dog books that I've been reading getting into the dog training because of my dog situation. Did we talk about the situation, Charles?
We grazed up on it.
Yeah, well, my family member brought their friend over to my house, and they swung open the door to my house, and my dog was like, what the hell? I wasn't home. And my dog went, and the dog jumped through the door and attacked their friend.
Did his job.
Yeah, I thank you. Thank you. And he thanks you for that. And also says that, I'm telling you, all the people that have come to SPCA, all the people, they've all said kind of the same thing. You know, your dog was, but here's where we want to, and I do want to have a dog that doesn't do that. That if your kid came to my house and for some reason that they wouldn't be hurt, that my dog knows to just sit there and not do that. So now I'm into it. I'm reading some books. I'm having fun with him. I'm learning to train and do all these treats, and it's a lot of work, but man, it's paying.
It's a lot of work, but it's worth it in the end.
Yep. And that's like with anything. Like you sit down. Oh, I've also been, and you know what? In the realm of guitar, triads, dude. 3-note chords up that top end of the neck, and then you can add in the 4th note, and you can have all these chords up and down the top side of the neck. They're so vital to get that in early. Triads in your intervals, right? Because we all practice our open chords first, and those first, you know, barred chords, and then we've got this bottom side of the neck with our power chords and our pentatonic scales, usually coming from the bottom going up. But if we can break out, come up the neck, and live up here, and there's a good way to do it is whatever riff you're playing, find those chords up here, because they exist. They are there as well. Awesome. And just make yourself go bling, 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 bling. Do the same riff up there. It's good practice.
Well, we do have an answer from Zach. He says, Charles, I bought my uncle's 80s made in Japan Fender Telecaster left-handed 3-tone sunburst, finished double bound rosewood fingerboard.
Nice.
Love it.
Absolutely Kelly
love it.
Double bound and rosewood. It is. Yeah. No. That's fantastic.
Rich, welcome in. He says his favorite is the Blister Tone Ear Bleeder 2000, then 100 watts.
Exactly.
Enough.
Is it seriously? I mean, I wouldn't doubt it that they would have the Ear Bleeder 2000. So I was joking with a friend the other day. He's like, amp names. There's some amps that you just can't buy because of the name. Because I can't bring home the pink taco. All right. It's not going to fly. Like my wife's going to be like, that was $2,000. You go get me almond milk for tomorrow morning and you take that amp back right now. I can hear it now. And it's okay because we do probably need almond milk for the next morning, Charles. So I might as well take that.
Well, Patrick Trites likes his Spark Mini.
Yep. I think that's what I'm going to do because I need a Bluetooth speaker for down here for when I'm working down in the studio. And then I could use that and then I could take that on the go, like a Spark Go.
Graphite and Cigar says he used to run 2 100-watt heads in a Winnebago.
Oh, yeah.
That's loud.
Oh, yeah. Dude, when I was a little kid in my first Ford Pinto Esquire wagon with simulated wood grain siding, I disassembled the back of these big house speakers and put them in the far back because it was a little wagon. And then ran wires up and spliced them into it wasn't even like it didn't even have its tape cassette. It was just a radio and got it to pump on there. And somehow it had enough wattage to run those speakers. I was pimping.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was good. I think those were some of my first modifications.
Oh,
that Pinto. That's funny. I remember that, like messing with it. Like I don't think these speakers are going to work.
Dan Gorman says he just wants to be on a beach playing a cigar he just wants to be playing a cigar box guitar on a
beach somewhere. I get it. Yeah, just a little that little bit ding 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 ding. I get you.
I don't.
That's relaxing.
But it. Yeah. Welcome in, Glenn Michael Thompson. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, hope you're doing good, homie. Yeah, man, those triads are so important. Those triads in the 4-note chords on the other side of the neck, all the way up and down, are so fun, and they're like where funk lives a lot, and you definitely should get after it. Yeah, you know what you can do to learn them? Just do a D shape. Start with your D shape, open chord shape, and just move that all the way up the neck. And those are chords all the way up the neck. And then instead of the normal D shape, you just bar and put a finger on the next fret, right? So that shape goes all the way up the neck. There's like 4 shapes that go all the way up the neck.
So Kush says he wants what you're on.
I'm on nothing. I'm on a little bit of vacation. But yes, Kush, yes, I do think that we could hang out and enjoy a little bit of California's finest.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
And Graphite and Cigar says triads will teach you the fretboard faster than anything.
Yes. They were also learning all the notes on the strings, which is just intervals and knowing what your open string is when it's open, and knowing the interval, so you can go E, F sharp, G sharp, A. You can go all the way up. E, F. Anyway, so if you have all those intervals all the way up, then you can pretty much find any note on any string quickly and build from there.
Yeah,
it takes time.
Well, Earl says the Roland JC20 is a great travel amp. The JC40 is slightly larger but much louder. And if you have a roadie, the JC120
will do just fine. Right. He's traveling with 2 cabs.
He has all 3.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. That's some good reverb right there.
Oh, that's great.
Works. And also this thing,
so
this here.
Thank you, Earl Coli.
I hope that recovery's going well, Ryan Hall. With your
Yeah, dude. Hope you're feeling better. Oh yeah, almond. Actually, it's almond milk coffee creamer, which is much more important in our household than just almond milk because we don't even touch that stuff.
Time Surfing Alien says those sparks have a lot of little goodies in the amp.
Oh yeah, banana kush. Woo!
Ryan wants to know, how do you milk an almond anyway?
So it's more like they crush it and they add water, I think, is what they're doing. It's like a byproduct is probably butter. Yeah. I love me some banana kush. Woo. Bring it on downtown. Yep. Later tonight for sure. We're going out to dinner, I think, and then we're gonna hang out and yep.
Yeah, we some Wagyu beef ribs that we're gonna do and put them over some rice, and might even have a vegetable with it.
Yeah. We're well, maybe. I mean, why bother, right? At that point, just have a second helping of starch. We have the fries and the onion rings, please. Thank you. Yeah, salad. No, it ain't that. Get out of here. And I think we're just going to the pub.
Ryan reports that he's doing good. 3 weeks out from surgery. Excellent.
Nice. 3 weeks from the surgery, 3 weeks out, which is good. It's good to be on that end of it, right? Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm not sure where this one's going.
Let you loose and the butthole burn. What? Will she let you have the butthole burner? Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Steve.
You have the butthole burner.
Hey, Steve. If I'm lucky, once a year.
Oh my!
Oh, I'm sorry. Wagyu, once a year. Once a year, get my Wagyu on. Yeah.
Oh boy,
I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not a Christian. I mean, I was about to say Christian.
Dan's asking who's got weed. Maybe he's running out. I don't know.
Well, in California, pretty much everybody has weed because it's like a thing. It's just like just down the street, there's a marijuana shop from my house. It's about, I don't ever go there because I don't like it there. I don't like that place really. I may go check it out again, but I just don't go there. It's very close. It's like 3 blocks from my house, and it's a full store. You walk in, and it's like everything. So if you want it, all you need is a driver's license, and you got to be, over. I think you got to be over 18. I think it's not even 21. I think it's 18.
Ah,
yeah. I think it should be 21. I mean, if that came to a vote, I'm old enough now to where I think if you want to be stoned out of your mind, you probably should be 21 because it's almost, people get drunker than they do stoned. Yeah. It's more dangerous, but it also, if you're super stoned, it's very dangerous too. Yeah. It's very dangerous.
And it looks like it's Laz's birthday. So since we have birthday Laz, yeah.
Laz, are you ready to come and get some more damn fine pizza out here near Fairfax, California, and hang out in one of the gayest towns?
Come on over, Martian Murray. Come on over.
They put up all these flags. I'm down with it. I like it. I'm full of pride too. All right, but I didn't sign the vote anyway. But I probably would have signed the vote, whatever. But they got all the flags.
Her bees, yep,
the whole block.
Beef. That's right. We
2 blocks.
We went the extra mile this time.
We did. We go far. But 2 blocks full of rainbow flags, and I'm okay with it, Charles. I'm saying it's my hometown. And somehow I subsidize this with my tax dollars. But it's okay because I want everybody to feel included. But guess what we don't have? They don't have an old man month, okay, where they put up white beard flags for me to get, like, because people just, anyway, sometimes you don't get your month, Charles.
And so, let's see, who was it that was saying that before?
Sorry,
the Graphite and Guitars were saying that triads were the gateway to arpeggios, and then Michael Thompson's agreeing. He says, "Yep, triads are great to learn. I try to learn them everywhere on the neck. They really do help you know the fingerboard."
Okay, see, I like my peeps. They're all about the triad.
They're backing you up for sure.
They don't even have to triad. They got it that
And
good.
Randy Crook says a margarita and a gummy or two, and he's out of here. Have a great weekend, all. Well, Randy, you have a great weekend too, my friend.
I appreciate you, brother. Yes, a gummy or two is right for the road. One for the road. Although they dry out my throat and my eyes, which are always already dry anyway. But it makes it even worse. So I'm just like, oh, this is fun.
So Laz is on his way to a concert, and the man reports that he totally forgot to bring weed for tonight.
Oops. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. That concert's not going to be too hard to bump into somebody. Everybody's going to be sparking. And that's almost like bringing Laz. It's almost, not quite, but it's almost like bringing sunblock to the beach when you know there's going to be a million girls on the beach. You don't bring sunblock. It's there. You just got to find it. Right. Although I'm a married man now and I bring my own sunblock. Actually, I have my wife put on 6 layers of sunblock before I even leave the house. Like a little kid.
Oh my.
You can spray your face there. Okay. All right. And then I go.
Zach Thong is reporting in it tomorrow. He's going to be over at Long and Quaid for Customer Appreciation Day because he's a customer and damn it, he wants to be appreciated.
They better. They should give you some strings or something like that. Or Sticks will be fun. Sticks will be fun. That'll be great. Yeah. There'll be people hanging out doing all kinds of stuff.
Folks just reporting in whether marijuana is legal or illegal where they are. Yep. Illegal here too.
Illegal where? What state? It's illegal in Texas. Right? For sure.
In Texas for sure.
For sure. Yeah. They don't fuck around. And then boy, you better drive around, boy. Phew. I don't get it.
Keith H. Good question. Glad you brought up. I was going to go ahead and interview Ben this Sunday, but my wife informed me today that I'm going to have to cancel the Sunday show because they're gonna spoil me rotten. So I can't say no to that kind of stuff. So
he's gonna be pampered, and it's only a few years before he actually has to wear Pampers. But tomorrow they're just going to pamper him. All right. And we'll wait another.
Laz's birthday is on Sunday. Okay. So he figured it was close enough to let us know. All right.
Yeah, lucky you. You get both Father's Day and your birthday. And they really got to come through. If they forget that, you're not loved. If they forget it, both in one. It's like being born on Christmas. No, we didn't get you anything.
Herb says it's legal in Connecticut. Okay.
Okay.
And it's legal in Massachusetts. Okay. We didn't vote for mushrooms.
Oh, weird. Okay. I think that's still in limbo here, but there's churches that exist. You become a member to the church, which seems kind of shifty, but hey,
enjoy the show, Les.
Yeah. I don't know about joining the church, but I do believe that mushrooms make people happy. And some people need to be happy. That's for sure.
Well, we all need to be happy.
Right. And I mean, it could help people out a lot if you just are living this terrible existence and all you do is you're just crushed by the world and you never really get to be happy. You should maybe take a little bit of mushrooms now and then. Check out. Be happy. That's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be mad at you for that. You're an American.
So Glenn Michael Thompson, he said, grew up in Montreal in the 70s and 80s, got used to smoking hashish. We didn't have much weed back then, just enjoying some Afghani in my bowl tonight.
Oh, yes. So now the fact that you can get really good, people can make it locally because it's very, what you don't want to have a whole bunch of imported hash from Afghanistan, right? So you hope that doesn't happen. But nowadays they've gotten really good at making the style of hashish from stuff that they make here in California, which is cool because you can walk down to the store and buy all this stuff. I checked out from that because that's a whole nother level that just which sometimes is fun, but boy, they got some strong stuff with the. You walk into the stores and it's too much. Just soda pops, candies, cakes, everything. It's too much.
Interesting. So What do you got? Are you doing any work on the bench this weekend?
So I'm down. I finished up the level and crown on this one, and I finally got the titanium nut sorted out. So it's ready for like final setup, and then the new set of strings, which I also got. I got coated Diodario XS strings for it, and then it will be ready to put up for sale.
And so we were talking earlier in the green room, and you did all the fret leveling and the crowning and all that, and it only took what?
Look, I told you, man, I'm lazy. I spaced it out because also, if I do it all in one shot, I'll blow my arm and my shoulder out because I'm always, and I wear my magnifiers and I look real close. I'm making a lot of mistakes. I mean, I'm making a lot of excuses right now, is what it seems like. So I broke it up into 3 days, and it was about an hour to an hour and a half of actual solid work each day. I was probably down in the shop for 2 hours each day, but part of it is just other life avoidance. And so down here doing my thing. So it was first day, did the full level and crown. The second day polished up to the 12th or 13th fret. Third day polished up to the 24th fret. And just took my time and made sure, because I had to polish them because they had to be leveled, considerably. There's some high rockers, and they had to be completely crowned. And then so the sand out means 320, 600, 1500 steel wool on every fret. And then, and sometimes, you'll go and you'll do 320 and you'll think you're good, and you do 600 and you're like, oh, that looks good. And then you do the 15 and you'll notice that there's some 320 marks that you have to go back to. That you know what I mean? If you want to make a perfect fret, you got to go back and build back up.
Oh, so
so it takes a good amount of time. Yeah, it took me some time, but now, oh my God, the results though, dude, the results are, instead of getting it through in one day, like my shoulder's not blown out, and I feel like I'm not overworked by it. My hands aren't all crooked and messed up, and I had the time. I was just breaking it up, and now when I play that guitar, it's just such smooth bending and just great. It's great playability, and you know what? That feels good. To do. It was jacked before, dude. There was notes that were buzzed and were like
that kind of progress on something.
Yeah,
it just feels good.
It feels good. Feels good to know that there was it sucked before, and there was notes that were just like, oh, this is not even fun. And now I'm like everywhere on the neck, and it's good. So it's good to know that you can do that.
For those that haven't seen it, this is Ed's Freedom Caster with 4 coats of clear on it. So we need to do some wet sanding on this baby and get it ready for, hold
on, put that back up.
Another 4 coats.
Closer. Sorry, closer. There you go. Tilt it a little bit so that we get a little bit less. There we go. Thank you. And give it a side tilt. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, now we can really.
And then here's our binding, all the way around. And
very cool.
But this red, white, and blue binding is just incredible. Look at that.
It pops. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That's really cool.
So we're getting real close on this one.
Freedom.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Really good work, dude. Amazing.
Thank you, sir. Bring you back in here. Yeah, where is he?
Well, I keep removing myself at the same time you add me. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just finishing off that one, and then I have this Les Paul that I'm going to stain the top. I'm going to go dark stain, and then I'm going to go blue. And so because the wood is so yellow, it'll kind of be a green, blue, dark blue, black fade kind of thing. It'll be like an aqua blue.
Excellent
burst, and that's just going to be the first dive into.
That's my fault, buddy. I scheduled it for the wrong time and had to fix it 10 minutes before the show. So my apologies, bud.
Yeah, we're bad, and we're really funny in the replay. You know how that goes. Just oh my God, it's funny. Somebody said I was on fire tonight, which I don't even get, but hey, I love you guys for that. Because I felt like I was yawning for a minute, whatever. But it's been a great night. I'm so glad that we got to hang out again.
It is, and I'm glad. We need to move out the way though, because
get out the way.
Yeah, Steve Brand and Quentin James are getting ready to start up Guitar Talk Universe, and then after that is Charles Green and What the Mitch Heyman is going on.
Mitch Heyman.
So make sure you check them all out. Everyone,
have a good Sunday. Enjoy your day off, Charles.
Yeah. And everyone enjoy your Father's Day. Thank you for being with both of us.
Yeah, and hanging out for an hour. We appreciate you guys.
I'm gonna let you have the final word, and then we're gonna let these folks go.
Boobies.
Oh gosh.
Well, you just let me have it. I mean, I just boobies.
I suppose.
Come on, people. Charles and me. About to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone. 'Cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles